Welcome to Halo Effect. I thought I would kick off this channel sharing about my hair journey because I went natural at 50 and it has so changed my life. And in some ways, just that I have more free time. Oh, it's funny because it's true. Okay, so why don't we start here? We'll start in the beginning and I'll kind of just bring you up to date and then really focus on the actual current process because it was so eye-opening and so revealing. And whatever your hair texture is, just being a woman over 50, you know that there are some really, really dramatic things that we deal with when it comes to our hair, let alone so many other things, but just in this topic, hair. So just early on, I'll just go over a few things. So early on, I don't really recall my texture of hair. I do remember it took my mom a long time to comb out my hair. But my hair she always had it styled. It was in some kind of updo and that's manageable. You know, when your hair is up, you're not really having to deal with it. And I was a kid, so I didn't have to do my hair anyway, right? But as soon as I did get old enough, I chopped all my hair off. And for a very, very long time, wore it extremely short, relaxed and very short. And in that way, I really avoided my self-loathing for my hair and myself. And it's awful to say, but it was true. And it still was stylish too. You wear your hair that short and it looks really cool in style. I had a lot of compliments on it. So I thought, well, I'll just keep wearing it like this. When I got to about late 20s, early 30s, I decided, you know what, I'm going to grow my hair back out. And I started growing my hair back out, and oh my goodness. You have to imagine now at 20-ish, I'm now growing my hair out for the first time since I was a kid, and I never really had to ever deal with my hair when I was young and then chopped it off early enough, so I didn't know what to do with it. It was just this blob of hair, and I quickly became very tired of it. So about mid to late 30s, I finally came upon and discovered extensions. And oh my goodness, you never saw me without extensions. I had straight wavy hair, different colored hair. I just loved extensions, and that's what I stuck to. Now, when you have it, the particular extensions I had were the ones that are with the metal that's put into individual pieces all over your head. So it allowed for the style to be very free. There weren't any tracks or anything like that, so I didn't have that coverage. Because if you braid your hair and you put tracks in it, you know, hair extensions with tracks in it, your hair is actually in braids protected. My hair wasn't protected, it was out, and then those extensions were attached individually all over. So that meant that I had to constantly keep straightening my hair to match hair that was not my texture at all. Now imagine month after month, year after year of doing that, the damage. On top of it, I had my hair colored, highlighted, low lights, using a straightening hot iron every single day, sometimes multiple times a day, blow drying at the highest heat I can get, and then a lot of times using a curling iron after that as well. I mean, my hair took about an hour and a half to do every single time I did it, and let's not even talk about if it was wet. That was just so much work. And it was interesting to me because, you know, you'd think spending that much money and time on your hair that you are really taking care of your hair, but actually I wasn't. I was just a very expensive, high quality of damage year after year. So then I decided about 45 that I was going to take out my extensions and I wasn't going to wear extensions anymore. And then that was great. So I had my hair I wore my hair very, very light. And I started getting keratin treatments, but now I had keratin treatments, bleach, straightening iron, curling iron, high-level blow dryer still. So my hair was constantly breaking off. In fact, I kept telling my stylist, my hair doesn't grow. Is this my age? Like my hair gets to my shoulders and it won't, or about my shoulders and it won't grow any further. And I really felt like my hair wasn't growing. I do think that while the growth rate was dramatically slowing down, it was also very clear to me now in retrospect that my hair was breaking off at the same rate it was growing. That's how damaged it was. So when I moved to Seattle, I moved from Venice Beach to Seattle, and I was about to turn 50, and I thought, I want to do something different. I want to be closer to nature. I want to walk more wherever I go, and Seattle seemed like the perfect backdrop for that. So I got up and moved to Seattle. I don't know anybody here, no friends, no family, nothing. I got up and moved to Seattle, and part of that process was, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to just let my hair naturally grow out for the first time in decades. I don't even know what it's going to look like, but I really want to have healthy hair. So I started doing research, and I found the natural community online. And oh my gosh, thank you to all of you, because the information was wonderful. It was so educational. And I started my process full on, jumped in, going natural. And somehow I thought naively that I was all of a sudden going to grow this like wonderful head of hair. No, my hair was thin. There was parts of my hair where you can see into my scalp, and it was dry looking. It had no shine to it whatsoever. So as I kept working through and trying, and as it was growing out, I literally had two textures in my hair. I had one starting to come in that was showing some texture, and then the other was, it was straight. That was the keratin treatment and heat damaged hair. So finally I got to my point where I did my big chopped my hair all off, which was very, very daunting. But okay, I did it. And now I knew that I had exhausted everything that I possibly could research and try and do to get my hair really healthy and to see if I could grow back. I mean, I didn't even know, and the majority of data tells you that it's very hard to grow back your hair once you're going through menopause or it's already starting to thin after it's been years like that. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do that, and cut off my hair, maintain all the things that I'd learned in the natural hair tips and recipes, and it just wasn't taking off like the way I saw other younger women's hair taken off. And so then I thought, okay, I don't like taking no for an answer, and if something isn't going the direction I want it to go, then I need to go out and find information that is not as readily available, because there isn't a lot of information for us after 50 for a lot of things, and especially hair. So this was my idea. Since there isn't that much information for hair and reversing the signs of aging for hair, what if I research reversing the signs of aging in other areas and apply it to hair? Maybe that would work. So I started doing that. I was researching what reverses aging. And as I started to learn more and more, I started to find a way to apply it to hair. And all of a sudden, my hair just started exploding with growth. There were areas of my hair and my head that was growing in, and you could see the hair was only this long, so I knew it was all new hair. That in the areas that were thinning, I just kept pulling at these chunks of hair that were new hair that hadn't been there before. It was amazing. So you can see in my images that my hair started off and it was getting thicker and it was getting thicker, and then the curls started really coming in more, and as time went by, as you see my hair growing a little bit more, the curls are getting, the healthier it got, the tighter my curls got. Then I really started discovering what my true texture really was. You imagine, I've not ever seen my true texture of my hair. It's just pretty amazing. So the discoveries and the things that I tried worked, and I started noticing, like, when I would go out, people would stop me and ask about my hair. You know, is it my real hair? Do I do anything to get it that way? They're really surprised when we end up talking about my age, and they're like, wow, you have so much hair to be your age. And it's interesting, but the interesting thing is, like, if you get complimented on something, you get complimented all the time, that's one thing. You just go, oh, thank you, I really appreciate that. But I was getting complimented on something that was so new to me. So I would just jump in and be like, oh, this is awesome. I have a whole story about this that I can share and things that I can contribute. So I ended up having conversations with strangers all the time, and so it gave me an idea to start posting on Instagram. Just like little things, not, spending a lot of time on it, just here and there, just talking about it. And what I noticed, with the least amount of effort on my part whatsoever, I got women and men, which I thought was very surprising, direct messaging me, posting, asking about it. It was so touching, truly moving. And I felt this sense of camaraderie and this whole other community that I just was like, this is fascinating and so awesome. That's when I knew, you know what I'm going to do? I'm really going to put some effort into this. I'm going to go ahead and start a channel. And thus, halo effect. So I thought I'd kick off the channel, which is sharing my own hair journey, and let you know a little bit about the channel. The channel will have, I'll share about my method, the things that I've learned, the things that I do. It's a 3-part method. I have, one of the videos are up on, you should check it out, on my 3-part method where I talk about it. But I'll be constantly explaining it further and showing you different things that I do, different things that I put on my hair, that I take internally. Everything possible that I could share with you, I will. And I so look forward to hearing from you. I promise to engage with your comments, and my videos will go up every single week. So let's take this journey together. And it's a new decade. We're kicking off a new decade. So how awesome is that? Please subscribe. Please click the notification bell so you know when I'm put up a new video. And I'll be putting up videos every single week. Thank you for watching.